Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Gita, chapter number 1, text number 23. Now, all the shlokas are being spoken by Arjuna, the combination of Sanjaya until the end of this chapter. Yotsyamanam avekshaham yayete trasamagataha yatarasta durbuddhir yuddhe priya chikirsavaha. Translation purport given by His Divine Grace Bhakti Srila Prabhupada. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Purport. It was an open secret that Duryodhana wanted to usurp the kingdom of Pandavas by evil plans, in collaboration with his father Dhritarashtra. Therefore, all persons who had joined the side of Duryodhana must have been birds of the same feather. Arjuna wanted to see them on the battlefield before the fight was begun, just to learn who they were, but he had no intention of proposing a peace negotiations with them. It was also a fact that he wanted to see them to make an estimate of the strength which he had to face, although he was quite confident of the victory because Krishna was sitting by his side. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshuranmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupaka Dhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yatkripātamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatāram. Hare Krishna. So Arjuna is actually telling Krishna that let me see who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. In the end, what is it? It's an open secret. What is that open secret? Before we go into that, we'll discuss few of the other details here. First of all, understanding the heart of Arjuna is is very vital. Why is understanding heart of Arjuna is very vital? And another important aspect which we need to see is this is not an ordinary thing. What is that? The situation in which Arjuna has been kept. And similar situation came to Parikshit Maharaj also. Parikshit Maharaj had to leave in 7 days. Now, up until that point of time, he had no idea that he had to leave. Now, the moment he came to know that he had to leave, what did he did? He immediately left. Even though he is capable of combating that, even though through his power he can reverse it, but he did not. What is this dear devotees? Is it the life of Srila Prabhupada? He could have stayed in Vrindavan. He need not have to go to US. He could have told his spiritual master, "Oh, my dear spiritual master, I did. I tried, but I couldn't succeed. Let me stay here and then live peacefully. Leave this body peacefully by remembering the Lord and go back home, back to Godhead." Could have done that. He could have said, "I've taken all the troubles in my life. My family was not supportive. My business was down. Everyone cheated on me. Aren't these all the reasons to give up this world?" He could have said that and then could have simply left it. Actually, spiritual master is also not there to tell. But see the honesty, these personalities, genuinely, genuinely telling, no, this is not the thing why I came here. This is not the purpose why I came here. No, Parikshit Maharaj was actually seeing the will of the Lord. Please understand. Arjuna here is seeing the will of the Lord. We will actually see his heart. This is honesty, dear devotees. These are the qualities where a Vaishnava has to cultivate. A person becomes Vaishnava, how a sadhaka will become a Vaishnava? The sadhaka will become a Vaishnava when he meditates on the pastimes, on the qualities, and not just that, applying that in real life scenarios in our life. Applying that. When we begin applying, we see the presence of the Lord. We see his heart. But to apply those things, anarthas are coming. Don't we see here Arjuna is grief stricken? That is against that is against Kshatriya, the principle of a Kshatriya. Kshatriya will never grieve. Whatever duty is there, he will do it immediately. But Arjuna is grief stricken. That seems to be against the principles. But what did he do through that? He took shelter. That means when we actually face difficulties or put in certain circumstances and situations, that is the moment we have to take the shelter. I remember my spiritual master when he first came to the place where we are right now, which is right next to. We are right next to Ongol, but where he is right now, it's in Ongol. So at that particular place, all people were started trying to tell him, you came to cheat everyone. You're a cheater. He did not say anything. He accepted. They said, we will kill you. He accepted. You want to change? You want to change everything? You want to change all of these personalities? He just accepted. He did not speak a word because he knows if the will of the Lord, if the will of the Acharya is for me to be defamed, I am ready to be defamed. If the will of the Lord, the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is if I had to be killed, I'll be ready. I'll be ready, readily available to be killed there. Don't we see through the life of Srila Prabhupada the same thing? Exactly, we see the same thing. What is he doing? His typewriter has been stolen. He had no money. Whatever he has, everything is being removed. He has no shelter, no hope. The only hope is to see towards the Lord. Just like the Chataka bird is actually watching. What is the Chataka bird? Chataka bird only drinks water from the rain. It drinks only rainwater. Directly it has to come. If there is no water, it will not drink. It will strive to death. Even if the river is right next to her, it will not drink. That is the nature of that bird. That means Lord has to give, otherwise she will leave the body. Exactly, we see these qualities in the Vaishnava Acharyas, the empowered souls. That is why when the Lord will see those personalities like that, Lord, He Himself will come to them. Now all these people started telling you're a cheater, you cheated. And devotees also started telling, no, you came to change everyone. They're also using unwanted words. But he just stayed calm. And then Gaurnita, they personally came to him. He did not go there. They personally. That means the lordships, they came to him. Just like we see in the life of pure souls, so many exalted Vaishnava acharyas. Just by seeing their life, we understand, "Arey yaar, he is very pure. That's why Lord is reciprocating like this. That gives us an opportunity to surrender more. Because when we see a person who is actually doing that, for us to do that, it becomes easy. Because now we are seeing an example also. Not just these things are there in the scriptures, not just the consciousness of Arjuna is there only in the scripture, we also see a personal manifestation for that. When we see a personal manifestation for that, we also aspire for that. What is the essence of Krishna consciousness? Sankirtana. What does Sankirtana mean? Sankirtana means everyone should be together. No quarrel and no hypocrisy. That is real Sankirtana. For example, sadhaka is actually practicing but is fighting at home. Does it correlate? It will never correlate. Are you are on side, you are fighting at home and then you are also chanting Hare Krishna. What does that mean? That means you are not trying to solve the problem which is there, but you are more focusing on your sadhana. Will that help? That will not help. That will not help. Because when Lord gives a situation, and the Lord keeps a certain situation in our life, if we are aspiring to solve it, as per the words of the spiritual master, as per Guru Sadhu Shastra, then what happens here about this? Then you will actually understand what you are supposed to be, what you are supposed to be doing, and what you should do. Otherwise, these things will not manifest. Srila Prabhupada family was not supportive. What was he doing? He was depending on the Lord. Didn't he do anything? What he did, he just depended on the Lord. And the Lord revealed everything. Dear devotees, the reciprocation of the Lord comes when we accept whatever He says in our life by completely depending on His words. That's what exactly Arjuna will be doing. No doubt he will speak, but what is the essence? He will come to that state. Likewise, every sadhaka is sharing. We all should come to that state because if we come to that state, then only we'll understand the intricacies. Then only we understand the secrets of Gita. If the secrets of Gita are not understood, then we cannot apply. For example, if we don't understand what that is, then how can we apply those things? We cannot apply. We don't know how to apply also. That's why this is confidential knowledge, Raja Vidya. This knowledge was being given to kingly personalities, not to ordinary personalities. It's only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not saying, oh, whether this person is qualified, that person is qualified. No, he is ready to give this truth to everyone. That is his mercy. He's not saying, oh, is he a Brahmana, is he a Kshatriya? No, he's not saying any of those things. He's just giving everyone. Whoever is little inquisitive, whoever really wants to understand, whoever really wants to apply that in our life. If we are quarreling with our family, with anyone, we need to understand. We never understand what Krishna consciousness is. That means we are wasting our valuable human form of time by being envious to the other person. Quarrel, why quarrel comes? That means we have ill feelings toward the other person. That means whatever he is doing, we don't like. If you don't like what he is doing, don't you just accept what he is? Dear devotees, please understand, we are a family. For example, there are six people in the family: father, mother, children, grandfather, grandmother. Six people. Okay. Do you think that all the six people came from mother cow, or all the six people came from tiger, or all the six people came from another human being? Is it like that? That means what am I trying to say is, do you see everyone's nature same? Everyone's nature is not same. One has Daiva guna, one has Manava guna, one has Asura guna. based on his swabhava, based on his nature, based on his birth, based on his association in the previous life, based on what he took in his previous life, based on what kind of experiences he has in his previous life, based on what kind of emotions he has in his previous life. All those things, experiences, emotions, his previous life association, they all come into this life. That means you might be different. You might be having the swabha of a cow because you might come through cow, through mother cow. Another person might come through tiger. Another person might come to somebody else. Another person might come through aquatics. Some might be coming from monkey. We don't know. That's why if one person is telling one thing, other person is not doing that thing, we need to understand that he cannot understand that. That's why for example, when we understand that he cannot understand that, what we need to do, we need to be patient to that person. That means Trinadapi Sunichana, we should follow, not that person. Please understand. Generally, when we hear the truth, what happens is yes, we become energetic. But what happens is that energy, we don't use it on ourselves. What we say is we impose that energy on the other person. You see, Krishna is telling Sarvadharman Parityaj, you surrender. Or Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Trinadapi Sunichana, you should follow Trinadapi Sunichana. Not that you are telling him, that's okay. But we should do that. Because if our nature, again, this also comes through nature. For example, if our nature is aggressive, what happens is we don't follow that, we ask others to follow. For example, if our nature is sattvic, then we follow. Through our following, we inspire others. The nature is rajo, we don't follow, but we tell others to follow. We don't chant, we tell others to chant. We don't chant with that experience or that emotion or that love and affection towards the Lord, but we say others. That means what is happening here? Different realms are actually working in the background. One realm is trying to teach something, another realm is trying to teach something else. Now, one person might be actually looking or watching us from another lens, which he has. Please understand. You know why quarrel comes? Quarrel comes because first thing is we don't understand the other person. Second thing, what it is, we don't understand the other person, and then we say, you are not understanding me. Please understand this. We say, you are not understanding me, but we don't remain quiet. Being quiet is the best answer, dear devotees. Because they are not in a position to understand. Please understand. What is the best thing you can do? Be quiet. We will only be quiet when we are continuously Krishna conscious. Because this Rajoguna, Tamoguna, they're so prominent, they dominate in our country. They tell, after you eat, they say, sleep for some time. Or do this for some time. Why don't you sleep for 1 hour, 2 hours? You have nothing to do. This Tamoguna is prominent now. At that moment, what you should do, you should be dependent. Please understand. You should be dependent. Because at every instance, what is happening in our life? It is actually teaching us to be Krishna conscious. If somebody is telling, oh no, you should be quiet. If they're in a position to hear, then you explain. If they're not in a position to hear, then you just be quiet. You follow the Trinada Bisunicana, not the other person. Please understand. They don't know what the Trinada Bisunicana is. Because if the other person should understand that you are really a devotee. Please understand. And not that the other person should understand. That's why I should behave like this. No, no. You should come to your natural state. You should come to which state? Natural state. What is that natural state? Natural state is bhakti. Ahi tuki apriyata. You see fish doing any unnatural things in water. Whatever natural, what is the nature of fish to swim? It will do swim. Do you see that fish forgetting his natural state of how to swim? No. It is actually doing. It is not forgetting that state. Likewise, a devotee also will never forget his state. His natural state. What is our natural state? Gopi Vartur Padakam. Where das, Anu das. Arjuna is forgetful of that particular state here. That is why he is kept in this grief state, grief stricken state. And then why Arjuna is kept in that? That is an arrangement of the Lord. And also the other thing is why Arjuna has been kept through that arrangement of the Lord, because Lord is immensely pleased through the qualities of Arjuna. He has deep gratitude towards his family members. That is why he is a deserved candidate to understand the truth. Nobody else. Why nobody else can understand? Because they are not in that state. For example, Duryodhana is coming through one mentality. Arjuna is coming through another mentality. Duryodhana, even though he is close to Dhritarashtra and Vidura, even though Duryodhana is close to Dhritarashtra and Vidura, but he is only taking the words of Shakuna and Dhritarashtra, not the words of Vidura. Please understand. Why? Because Duryodhana's nature is to only accept the truth or the words only from these personalities, because that is his swabhava, because he came from that mentality. For example, if you see, where does fly stay? Do you see a fly staying on the lotus flower, sucking the nectar? Do we see like that? We don't see fly staying there. Where does a fly stay? Fly stay in the filthy place. Where does a crow stay? Filthy place. Do you see crow staying in the beautiful garden of roses? No, crow doesn't stay there. Crow stays in the filthy place. Do you see swan staying in the filthy place? We don't see swan staying in the filthy. Where does the swan stay? Swan relish in the beautiful Kusum Sarovar, in the beautiful lakes, Sarovars, because that is the nature. That means, as per the nature, you get the result. That means our nature, constitutional nature is this. But right now, our constitutional nature is changed, perverted. Urdu Mulo Madhoshaka, perverted reflection. That means the so-called karma of this world, we're thinking that that is the real happiness. But that karma is only karma. It doesn't give happiness. That's why when the jiva stays in that state of going through the anartha nivritti, he will also be fearful. Because anartha nivritti is a phase where he is actually trying to rectify his consciousness, trying to modify, trying to improve his consciousness, trying to get out of these anarthas. So at that particular state, when the difficulty comes in his life, naturally he'll be fearful. Because anarthas are still there in the heart. When Jadavarat was being kept in a state that he was being asked, or that he was being told to do this. Even though he knows how to do it, he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to engage in that. So that is his swabhava, that is his nature. He doesn't want to engage in that. And then when Kalika Upaka, when the goddess Kali, the followers of goddess Kali were about to devour Jadabharat, he was thinking, if Krishna wants to protect, he'll protect. If Krishna wants to remove, he'll remove. He has that attitude. Because he's not worried. He's like, you see, because he has no, his only goal is Vyavasayatmika Bhuti Reke hai Kurandana. Always remember the glories of the Lord. Because he knows in his two previous lives he missed it. He doesn't want to repeat the same thing. He's so determined in that. And then through the determination, whatever is happening, he's just aloof through it. He's not worried too much. Why to worry? If there is a loss, that's okay. If there is a gain, that's okay. If there is loss, thank you, Krishna. If there is gain, thank you, Krishna. That's okay. We are not worried. We're not worried with the output. We are only worried whether are we connected with them. Are we connected to the root? That is the only worry we have. We are not worried with the dualities of this world. Actually, when the sadhaka is connected to the root, he is not connected to the dualities of this world. That means somebody is telling something, that's okay. They told only me now. Whom they told? Whom they told? They told to this body, not me. They don't know who am I. They don't know where I am. Please understand this. So this thing we need to be absorbed in our consciousness. Bhakti is this only, dear devotees. Arjuna is in the greatest shackle, but still he's been protected by the Lord. Why? Because he's seeing towards him only. He's not seeing anywhere else. He's not seeing anything beautiful is there for attraction. Nice children. He's not bewildered through their words. He's not dejected or rejected. He's not if somebody's telling him something, he's not feeling, oh, this is the greatest problem. Why is this problem coming to me? No, no doubt he will come into that state because that is an indication Krishna is telling us, if you forget me, you'll come into this state. Please understand. That means the moment we forget the Lord, the moment we forget his associates, what happens? Immediately we fall into the materialistic platform, the material plane. What happens? The material plane will pull the sadhaka. Because that is her duty. That is what she will do. She'll not do anything else. What she'll do is, no matter where you are, in what situation you are, if we are not Krishna conscious, ready to catch all of us. That is what exactly she'll be doing here. And not now. Life after life, she is doing this. We never realize that she's doing it since life after life. That is the beauty of this process. Even though she's holding us life after life, we never feel that she's holding us. Because why? She gives the allurements of this world. Through the allurements of this world, we think that this is the great. Somebody says that, oh, there is a loss. Somebody says that you lost this much, you lost that much. Whose money or who's this? Who is losing what? Where are we? In which situation we are? That is the greatest lesson to learn. That means whatever you do, whatever you think, things will not happen in that way. If things are happening in the same way, you are Krishna, na? We don't see that in the life of Acharyas. Do we see in the life of Pandavas happening the same way? Do they have an expectation? They do not have any expectation. Please understand. If you see the life of Pandavas, you'll get a clarity. Whatever Lord is giving, they'll accept it. They're not changing anything in that. Lord, if Lord you are giving me, I'll accept. If Lord you are removing, I'll accept. Oh, you want me to clean the bathroom? I'll do it. You want me to give the class? I'll do it. You want me to do something else? I'll do it. You want me to get married? I'll do it. You want me to leave everything? I'll do it. Because all of these things I'm doing it for you. That's how Parikshit Maharaj, he left everything. Please understand. It's not like, oh, devotees are very hard-hearted. No, no, no. Who said devotees are hard-hearted? They are soft-hearted. Devotees are very soft-hearted. They're not hard-hearted. They're ready to give up everything. Why? Because they know who that master is. Because they're actually doing it for him. Everything is there in this world. They're using everything. But they're doing everything for him, for his pleasure. That's how Parikshit Maharaj has left everything within a moment. And we will also see Arjuna giving up everything within few moments, dear devotees. At one point of time, he says, oh, my dear Lord, how can I do this? This is not right. That is not right. Oh, he speaks so many things from the scriptures. He will not accept anything. But until and unless Arjuna came to one state of consciousness, up until that point of time, grief is not leaving him. Please understand. That means, dear devotees, it's the greatest lesson for us. Unless and until we come to one state, these anarthas will never leave us. We see that they are leaving, but they don't leave. Please understand. That means the Lord is asking us. Lord will never ask. Lord will wait even millions of lifetimes more for us to come back to his abode. Because it is our thing, na, dear devotees. It is not like Lord is imposing something on us. Dear devotees, if there is love, do you see any impose? If there's a problem and a mistake, we wait for that person to rectify that. I'll tell an example. Srila Prabhupada's mother, her name is Radharani. She was eating with left hand. Until Srila Prabhupada spoke to her, stating that, Amma, why are you eating with left hand? Then she stopped. Because she took a vow that I have to eat with left hand. That means she was patient to hold that, to do that for the well-being of his child. Srila Prabhupada. She did it. What is that? She did it on a relation. That means on a relation, what happens is you get patience. So when you feel the relationship with the Lord, especially with the Acharyas, because through the relationship with Acharyas and the spiritual master, then only the relationship with the Lord is established. When we especially do in these lines, then what happens? When that core relationship is established, then you will naturally become patient. You will naturally accept everything. You will bow yourself to everyone. And if there is a reason to be furious, you'll be furious also. Please understand. It's not like, oh, devotee is always insignificant. No, no. If there is a reason, he'll be furious also. He'll be like a fire. That is also there. Please understand. Because what is he? What is he? He's not a. They're not like. He's not like a police officer where he has everything, all the things. He has to take care of the family. If there is a if there's a mission, he has to go. The police officer will think 10 times. Should I go? Should I not go? If they shoot me, what's gonna happen? But if he is an Naxalite or a person who is there, but he's not there. That means no matter what happens, he's ready. Now that kind of a person immediately would jump onto it. A Vaishnava is that kind of a person. He's there here, but he's not there. He's doing, he's accepting, but he's not doing, not accepting. That kind of a personality is Srila Prabhupada and his true followers. Srila Prabhupada is there. Srila Prabhupada went through so many difficulties, but there are not difficulties for him. Pandavas are there. Pandavas went through so many difficulties, but they are not difficulties. They do it for the pleasure of the Lord. They accept it for the pleasure of the Lord. That is why Lord has chosen Arjuna here to tell Gita. Because a qualified person should be there, na? For example, if there is no qualification, what kind of questions they will ask? Arjuna will ask beautiful questions in Gita. The revelation questions. He will ask, oh, why my mind is uncontrollable? I can control the wind, but why I cannot control the wind, control the mind? And he will also ask why, who a Vaishnava is, how a Vaishnava would look, what does he do, how does he walk, what is his consciousness? He's asking these questions. No, how would I know that? How would I know that? Natvanetam jatana some natvaneme janadivi. Oh, you are there in the past, present, and future, but I am also there, but I am not remembering, but you are remembering. How is that happening? So Arjuna is not asking like normal, ordinary questions. Kaisa hai? How is your sister? How is your brother? How is your Balramji? He's not asking those questions here. Please understand here. He's asking those questions which are required at this particular moment with gravity. And Lord is also not expecting those questions. Lord is expecting these questions at this moment. Because this is a life and death situation. What is, for example, what happens is in our life, we don't feel this truth as life and death. We don't see this truth as life and death. That's why we take the process in a light way. Lightly. Everything is on a lighter note. Because Arjuna, what he's going through, nobody is going through. That's why the gravity is also not at that level in which Arjuna is carrying at this particular moment. That's why the sadhaka will understand the truth based on his gravity of accepting the truth. Because he has to accept the truth now. He needs to be eager to actually hear the truth, to actually really perceive, oh, this is how it is. How is that Arjuna went through so many difficulties? And then not just those difficulties, he's in a difficult situation now also. How is that Mother Sita is going through so many difficulties? And still after coming, Lord would send her to the forest. What is that happening? How is that happening? Well, she could have said, oh, I have given up everything and then I went to the forest and now you are again sending me to the forest. I've given up everything. I was staying at Ravana's place. I was continuously meditating on you and now you are sending me to the forest. What is this, my dear Lord? She could have asked that question, but she never did. Why is that Mother Sita not asking that question? What is their heart? This is what we need to perceive. Bhakti is that only. Bhakti is to check our heart, is to internalize. Oh, my dear Lord, you are giving me an opportunity to offer you every day. Wow, so wonderful. I don't deserve anything, but you are giving me this chance. How great, how kind of you. You're so kind. Oh, my dear Lord, you're giving me this difficulty. My dear Lord, actually, I deserve more difficulty, but you're giving only less. Please give me strength also to come out of that. This is not dependency. You have a difficulty. What do you do? Don't you depend? You depend. You should be patient. Accept. Accept everything as is. So these things, they have to be manifested into our consciousness. Otherwise, we cannot be silent. Oh, Krishna. We'll be furious. Oh, what you doing? You see, I gave up everything. Again, you're telling me this. That's it, dear devotee. That's it. You're gone at that moment. That means you're actually thinking more about you, that you're given up everything, you're given up this, given up that. Oh, wow. No, no, no. You see the acharyas? Prabhupada never said that. Pandavas never said that. That means their absorption is somewhere else. Dear devotees, please try to do one thing. When we are doing any services, or when we are getting up in the morning, chanting our rounds, please understand that getting up, that chanting, it is not through our endeavor. It is a mercy of our acharyas. Through their mercy only we are getting up. Through their mercy only we are able to discuss. Through their mercy only we can able to solve. It is only through their mercy. The problem is the mind is so voracious that it will never tell that it is coming through their mercy. That is why hearing should be important. That hearing should go inside. No one can also say, oh, I am hearing now. It is my intelligence now. But who gave that intelligence? This is how you need to tell the mind. If the mind is telling, you are hearing, you are doing, you are eating, you are offering, you are doing everything, then why you have to give credits to the others? Especially our acharyas, especially our spiritual master. Why should we give credits to them? Mind will tell this question. To whom the mind will tell? Whoever is very sincere. If the sincerity is not there, mind will say, you relax, you relax. That means you will relax. You'll sleep. Then what is if a person's home is actually burning? Do you see him remaining calm, reading newspaper, sipping coffee? The other person is coming and telling him, "Hey, Baba, your home is on fire." That's okay. Home is on fire. That's okay. Let me read the newspaper. Let me read. Let me sip. Let me take sip of coffee. Do we tell like that to him? If we tell like that to him, that means the person is understanding. Arey, this Baba is never understanding what I'm trying to say. Again, he'll try to tell. Again, see, your home is on fire. The moment you realize that, do you still continue reading newspaper? No, no, no. You'll remove everything. You'll try to go and try to, reduce the fire. You'll call 911, fire department, so many other things, and then, you see that everything is straightened up. Do you try to think at that time, oh, what pan should I make paneer today? Should I make this or should I make that? Or I should go to this restaurant or I should watch this movie. At that moment, do you think like this? We don't think like that at that moment. Because it is an emergency situation. That exactly emergency situation is now. That emergency situation is now. We will see how Arjuna is in that state. That's why Arjuna is in that emergency situation. Then only that's why he's understanding this Gita. Because it is important to him. But for us, the emergency is not yet established. But actually, this human form of life is the emergency only. The devotees, after so many aquatic life, so many animal life, so many living lives, and so many living entities, we got this opportunity. That means, is this not an emergency? It is emergency. But the problem is we don't see what happened in the past. And we don't want to see what's going to happen in the future. We are only interested of today. Just like a monkey. Does a monkey think about what he is in the previous life? If you give banana, it will just eat that banana. That's it. It will not think who is coming, who is next to me, will he be offended, or does he want banana? I can extend myself because I'm not that hungry. Does the monkey think like that? No, it will not think like that. Does he think about the other person? It will not think about the other person. What does he do? It will eat at this moment, as is, at this present moment. It will not think about Natunetum Jatunasum, that is not manifested in her life. Exactly, human form of life. If human form of life is not being taught like that, that means there's no difference. That means we haven't yet understood. Dear devotees, anything, whatever we are doing, everything which we are doing, there's a reaction to that. You do bhakti, you get reaction for that also. All your sinful reactions. Removing the sinful reactions is this byproduct actually. I tell again and again. Bhakti means to develop relationship. That is this sinful, lot of people will say, oh, if I do bhakti, sins will be removed, karma will be removed, sinful reactions will be removed. Oh, I should do bhakti nicely. I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. Let me eat only Krishna Prasad. They say that, oh, if you don't eat Krishna Prasad, it's papa. They're all basics, dear devotee. We shouldn't stuck to those basics. That's okay. Initially for inspiration, we hear that. But we cannot stay there forever. Oh, if I'll become sinful if I do that. Or if I watch movie, there's a sin in that. I shouldn't watch that. This is on a Jnana level. We shouldn't just dwell on that. We should move forward. We should see the presence of the Lord in everything. We should see His presence. Then you will stop everything. Then you develop deeper relation. Through that relationship, these things are easily given off. Because what is happening? Vishya vinivartante nirahara sadeham rasavarjam rasopyasya parandushta nivartate. What is happening? If you get higher taste, then you leave the lower taste. Just like you get a second job, you leave the first job. For example, right now you are getting 150K. So if somebody is offering you 175K, don't you go to that company? Even though you worked here for 20 years, you'll kick everyone and then you'll go to that 175K. This is more salary. That means what is happening? Higher taste, more on a material level, I'm telling you. Your betterment is a better place, better position, better salary, better job, everything is better, better hikes, better everything. 401K, 8% match. You go there. A previous company is doing only 4%. These guys are doing 8%. Let me go there. No, my 401K is all wasted. I can go there now. What are you doing? You're trying to find different ways and means. That means lower thing you are living. Because when you get the taste of Shravana, then you'll never leave the process. You'll become more and more convinced. You will take the truth more deeper to the heart. Then you will understand, how is it Arjuna is doing? Yes, you will get that question. How is it Arjuna is going through so many difficulties? Still, he is thinking about the other persons. We'll see how Arjuna is very selfless. That means even that selflessness is also putting him in grief. That means, see, even the goodness is also putting him in trouble. Because through that selflessness, there is one thing, the absence of the Lord is there. There is jnana, unlimited jnana. Oh, beautiful lessons you will learn. Arjuna is going through unlimited jnana, unlimited everything. But still, his heart is in grief. That's why, dear devotees, if first chapter, whoever understands this first chapter nicely, they will do great in doing Gita, in learning Gita. Then they'll understand how these three modes are working. Why this Kama, Krodha, Moha, Mada, Matsara is coming. Lust, greed, anger, envy, false ego, pride. Why are these coming? Why are they not leaving? And how is his mind so fickle? Why it always says, while chanting, open cell phone. You'll understand all these things. Very, very. So this understanding, we should try to pursue more and more. Bhakti is internal. Please understand. Bhakti means internal. If you do it internally, dear words, you are calm externally. Because what are you doing internally? You're checking your heart. You see the swan, it is going smoothly. We used to watch at New Vrindavan. There they go nicely. But inside the water, what are they doing? They are tapping their feet very fast. That means externally you look calm, but internally you are doing a lot of things in the background. You're checking your heart, you're checking their heart. You're seeing how to react, you're seeing not how not to react. This is a training. You should learn this training. Trina, we just don't tell, oh, Trina, abhi finish. You accept everything. No, there's more details. How, why, kaisa accept karna hai? How should I accept those words? Please understand, their nature is different. They don't, as again tell this, their nature is different. They speak like that. You accept it. You cannot change their nature. Can we change the nature of a tiger? Can we change the Can we change the nature of a monkey? Because if they came from monkey, I'm not putting anyone down. There's a chance, right? Everyone has a different realm, different understanding. It's not to put anyone down. It's trying to address the nature. The moment we understand that, oh, this is their nature, that's why they're speaking like that. If there is a way I can correct, let me correct. Otherwise, let me just be calm and just. But do not have any ill feeling because this is they're coming, they're evolving. This is just like you are evolving, he's also evolving. Just like you are learning, he's also learning. Yeah, you learned now, he will learn tomorrow. What's the problem? What's the big deal? There's no big deal. You are initiated. He'll get initiated next year, or 2 years later. What's the big deal? You are practicing. He's also practicing. Just be sincere and respect the other person. When you know the nature, how they are coming, how they are. Do you know what is one thing? This is very important, and then I'll conclude here. Dear devotees, to come to this plane, how much struggle we went through in our life. We became snake, we became so many living entities. Then finally we got an opportunity. Might have in our previous life somebody gave us some prasad. That's why we became, we were interested to practice Krishna consciousness. That means what is that? It is a mercy. Everyone is giving that mercy. That just like we are coming like this, everyone is also coming like that only. They're going through so much struggle. What is material world means what? Material world is what? Vaikuntha plane. Material world is Golaka Vrindavan. Material world means material world. Vaikuntha. Material world means what? Kunta. Kunta means misery. That means everyone is going through misery. They're coming through misery only. Then what do we do? Do we judge them? No, no, no. I just accept that. This acceptance Krishna likes so much. This is Sankirtan. Then you all come together. There is different nature, different swabhava, but everyone is on a one platform to please Guru and Krishna. If they are not in that platform, you be in that platform. What is the problem? By your attitude, by your gratitude, by your consciousness, they will also say, "Arey yaar, my husband is always never like this. Arey, my wife is never like this. Arey, she's not speaking in return to me. She used to speak in return to me. Now she's not speaking. Oh, then he will say, oh, what are you doing now? What are you doing nowadays? Looks like you're doing something. Let me please tell me what is that? I will also do that. That's how you inspire the other person. If you cannot inspire, that's okay. You are inspired, you will go back and back to Godhead. He will also go, he will learn. You pray for him, he will also go. Hare Krishna. Have a sincere prayer. He should also be uplifted. He should also be uplifted. Arjuna is praying in that with that. That is the reason why Srila Prabhupada established this organization. He said, you all come together. You discuss about the Lord. You discuss about the acharyas. You apply those things in your life. And then cultivate that and then move forward. That's why I give all these, my books. These are law books. You read them. You understand them. Dear devotees, I'll tell one thing. Whatever Srila Prabhupada gave, nobody gave in this universe. I don't know about other universe. Nobody gave like this in this entire world, I'll tell you. Nobody gave this much unlimited wealth, unlimited everything. You go to any organization, you'll not find like this. Any place you go, I'll write it down. Nobody did like this, what Srila Prabhupada did. That's why whoever follows, as an ardent follower of that person, they will also get that mercy. Because Prabhupada is ready to give that mercy. Please understand. Nobody did that. Nobody did that in the past. It will not happen in the future also. It's a very special soul. Directly came from spiritual world. There's so many, all the acharyas which are there in the lineage, they're all from the spiritual world. Do you see anywhere else what is like this? People coming from the spiritual world? No, no. So our sampradaya is very bona fide, very authorized. Please understand the importance of that. Take this process very seriously. You can try to do hearing, chanting daily and participate. Be happy. You honor Krishna Prasad every day. Do not eat outside. So sinful reactions you get. Just honor Krishna Prasad. Be happy. You see, this is Krishna. This is Krishna Prasad. It's Krishna only coming in your plate. It's Krishna only. If there is salt less, salt more. If there is spicy less, spicy more. Accept that Krishna ate. Why can't we accept? Krishna ate. You be happy accepting it. The work they studied, they, they took a lot of time to prepare. Should accept it as is. Hare Krishna. And stop here. Anyone would like to add anything? Otherwise, we continue our discussion tomorrow. And now, next sloka, Sanjay is telling, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drove the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties. Now, Krishna in the next sloka, Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra that Krishna is taking the chariot to the center of the battlefield. And then Arjuna speaks. You know, exactly the position where Krishna kept, that is very important. Just like Krishna keeps in everyone's life, through the material nature, he will give difficulties or this, that, so many other things, all those things to help us to strengthen our consciousness, to uplift our consciousness and then move forward. That is the whole idea why everything is there, why everything is happening in our life. It should happen. Otherwise, devotee life means everything dynamic, changes everything. That's good. It means, yes, yes. How are you, Prabhu? Going through a lot of struggle. Yes, that's good. Struggle is good. Struggle is good. If there is no struggle, means, that means you're not practicing. Harish. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhu, thank you so very much, Prabhu. You have touched. I mean, every class. That's how beautiful Krishna consciousness is, end to end. Like um, inner. It's, as you said, it's inside out, right? Prabhu always have to check inside consciousness. Um, whatever we do. So I used to think how exactly we say mercy, but just like that we say mercy, but how what exactly is that mercy? It's have to check. It's the consciousness that they are that the spiritual master is sharing for me to change my consciousness in that situation. Remembering, attentively hearing and contemplating on it, it will stay in the consciousness and through their mercy, through your mercy, Prabhu. So in that, at that situation, if we try to remember um, what we are discussing in the class, then we will be able to, we think like, okay, the situation would be changed outside when we think about when we try to remember what we discussed. It's not like magically changing. It's the consciousness that, according to our consciousness, that we think the situation would be changed. So it's not like magic, switch on off, it'll change, right? It's so practical. So yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much for your time and energy. Haribol! March 2nd is her birthday. Advance happy birthday.
Hare Krishna, advance happy birthday.
Sankirtana Priya, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your time and energy every day. Um, really touching the heart, really touching the consciousness, and teaching us how to depend on the acharyas who are very merciful, sharing their consciousness, sharing their heart, basically sharing your heart where Krishna is reciting. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. The caused an inconvenience, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to add? Now Chanakya, Vashwati Mataji, and Shiva Subal Prabhu. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice to see. Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much for daily reminding us how to tame our mind. Like we will dwell on our nature, but we have to make a conscious effort every day. And you are really helping us to remember our true nature, which is Krishna consciousness. But because of our mind, we takes us in different direction. So we have to make every effort to understand that we are not the doer, and anything we are doing is by the mercy of the spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for driving this point every day, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Amshila. Please continue your all variations also. Please practice the consciousness nicely. Hare Krishna. Thank you. If I caused an inconvenience in my words, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat.
Amma, her name is Sankirtana Priya. Hare Krishna. Veena Mata is asking.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday. Advance.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone, for